Hey, Rage in the Cage fans, Kimber Schaefer here for Rage in the Cage 81 News, and it is coming your way Saturday, June 19th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. Hey, I've got William Hathorn here. This is your second fight, but your first time with Rage in the Cage.
Correct.
And you know, the amazing thing about you, because I don't know a whole lot, there might be like a lot of amazing things, but you are starting your MMA career at 40.
Yes, I am.
So
40 years
you are
old.
Proof positive that it's never too late to make your dreams come true.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, because I just had a young fighter out here just a second ago say he's 22 and getting old for the fight game. So,
man.
You know, what is wrong with these fighters thinking that's old? So,
Yeah, it's definitely not old yet.
Yes.
Until they get in the 40s, they'll feel it every day.
So what made you at 40 years old decide, okay, I'm going to do this?
I'm gonna really blame it on COVID because, you know, COVID kind of shut down a lot of things with the children and, you know, a lot of activities, and it basically put everybody's lives on hold, and I didn't really have any time to myself, and something I always wanted to do, just never had time raising two children and, you know, working full time. And I just woke up in December one day and decided I wanted to do it, and I reached out to Lamont Stafford. He's a, you know, big member of Rage in the Cage, and he was excited for me, got me started, and here we are.
So did you know Lamont before that time?
Yes, me and Lamont, we were in high school together back in Hobart, Oklahoma.
Hobart, Oklahoma.
HBT,
Yeah.
represent.
All right, well, I do. I know that whole Hobart crew, Blank Crawford.
Yep.
Gosh, there's a lot of them. Robert, gosh.
Scallion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
But yeah, big crew down there.
Yep.
So, so you're training with Lamont?
Yep, training with Lamont, doing a lot of training out of the house because work schedule's still crazy, so I turned my back room into a fight room. It's about 112 degrees all day long back there, so have people come in, beat up them a little bit, send them home, and they just keep coming back, so there we are.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, you know, you were able, I mean, obviously you probably have children and a career.
Yep.
So at 40 years old, you found the time to do it.
Yep, just got to find the time.
Okay. And so you've been in the cage once?
Yep, been in the cage once last week.
How'd that go?
Didn't go well, but you know, it's first time jitters, so
Yeah.
I went in with the plan and didn't stick to the plan, and I realize now you got to stick to the plan, and you got to basically respect who your opponent is, and he was a two-time All-American wrestler, and I shot in on him immediately, and I paid the price. So.
Oh gosh, yeah. So, and you know, and I'll interview your opponent next.
Yeah.
But you and your opponent, did you just meet tonight?
Yeah, just met tonight. Yeah.
And I mean, I thought you guys were buddies. You're sitting next to each other, hanging
Yeah, he's
out,
a good guy. He's
talking
a good
about
guy.
training
Yeah.
after the event together.
Yeah.
So, this is what we love. This is what
Yeah.
we live for. Is
I mean,
the camaraderie.
Because I'm not trying to go to UFC. I mean, I'm just here to have fun. You know, just good time, have fun, see what you can do out there. You know, be entertaining. I mean, that's what it's all about, really. I mean, there are people that want to make a career out of it, but I'm 40. I'm already past the career stage of this. I'm just trying to have a good time.
So, your family, how are they feeling about it? Are they supportive, or are they
Oh,
think you're
well,
like on off your rocker?
they were supportive now. When I first came to them, they thought I was crazy and thought I was hitting that midlife crisis button. But I think now they take it a little bit more serious, and I think they think I'm ready.
Well, they rather you do that or buy some kind of fancy car. You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, my wife was like, "Yep, he was definitely a little crazy." I broke it to her as we were driving. I was like, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna start cage fighting." She's like, "Excuse me, what?"
Cage fighting. Had you at least been to events
Nope.
before? Oh, okay.
Nope.
No. So what? Where did this come from?
Like I said, I just lay on the couch one day. I was like, "I'm gonna cage fight. I think that sounds cool."
I mean, had you watched the UFC and other events like that?
Not really. I mean, on and off. I mean, not an avid watcher of it by any means. Just, you know, if it was on, you know, kind of stuck on it. If not Grey's Anatomy was on or anything, watch that instead. But
So, were you a wrestler?
yeah, I was a wrestler from
Here we go.
Harvard.
I'm getting to something
Yep,
now. There's a reason for this.
Yep, I went to state 3 times, 3 years.
Okay, there we go.
Won regionals twice, third place my sophomore year. And so, yeah. Then
All
I was
right.
in the military for 4 years, paratrooper with 82nd Airborne. I worked in the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office for 3 years, and then I was a police officer in the city of Total for 2 years.
Okay.
So
You have definitely led a life that is built up to this moment.
up to 40 years of
Yeah.
it.
So did you say 3-time state champion?
No, 3-time 3-time state qualifier.
State qualifier. Okay. Had like rewind, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I feel like I'm like peeling back the onion. I'm learning new things about you
Yeah.
as we go. So, you actually spent time in the service. You
Yep,
said.
spent time in the service, 2 tours in Afghanistan, and yep.
as a paratrooper.
Yeah,
So
as a
tell me what
paratrooper,
that
yeah.
was like. I'm getting off topic, but I'm
Yeah, it's
interested.
all right. We went out on combat missions, patrols, basically just trying to flush out, the enemy. So,
So, my whole take on that is if you have been through that, you have been through a real war. There's nothing in this cage
No.
that's going to compare to that.
yeah, well, I tell you that when that cage slams, though, it's a different world, though. It's you're like, oh crap, this is actually happening. Here we go.
I know. I
Yep.
remember people have talked about that to me
Yeah.
afterwards. Just that noise. It's like almost
Yeah.
like that.
It's almost deafening. You're like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
like-
they just shut the door.
Yeah, and then the crowd fades away, and all
Uh-huh.
you hear is the clanking of the metal
Yep.
of the cage. Is what people have described
Yep.
it, the way that people have
Yep.
described it. So,
Yep.
really.
It's definitely a real thing. I mean, you feel it.
Well, and we have all of those wannabe fighters out there on Facebook that talk
Oh, yeah.
about, like, they like to put down fighters, and then some of them will, like, be in the audience yelling one thing or another. And I mean, it's just when I look at them, and I actually said to somebody at our last event in Lawton, he was trying to fight somebody in the audience, and I looked at him and I was like, I expect you to sign up for the next Rage
Yep,
in the
that's
Cage,
what-
you know? So, of course, we require training. We don't
Yeah.
let somebody come in there
Of course,
for
yeah.
that. But we have a lot of those, a lot of people that want to jump in there without
Yep.
training, and we can't allow that
Yep, of
because
course.
you've got to get in there and get some true training. So,
Yep.
and it sounds like you've done that.
Yep,
You've lived a
I've
life
done it,
up to
yep.
this moment. So, congratulations
Well,
on
thank you.
everything. Thank you for your service
Well, thank you.
in the military as well as on the Total Police Force.
Yep.
So we
And
appreciate
Oklahoma
that.
County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Now, when were you there? Because I know a few people there.
From 03 to 09, I think.
Okay,
maybe,
so
yep.
Wetzel's,
Yep, under Wetzel's crew.
Mark Myers probably was
Yep,
there
Mark
at that
Myers was there.
time.
Yep, he was the media relations guy.
PIO, yeah.
Yep.
I worked with him. I worked with News 9, but then
Yeah.
I did work with Ken, who's behind the camera here.
Okay.
But then I did work at Channel 5 for
Okay.
a while with Mark Myers and that
Okay.
crew. So
Yeah, he's a good guy.
yeah, he is a good guy. Well, thank you so
No
much
problem,
for
thank
being
you.
here. We appreciate you so much,
thank
and
you.
can't wait to see what you got to show us come down June 19th. You got some tickets in hand?
I got tickets in hand, ready to sell.
All right, you heard him, guys. You don't want to miss this. Rage in the Cage 81. It's a amazing fight card. Everything I've seen, it's just going to be good, and it's going to go down Saturday, June 19th at the Farmers Market. We hope to see you there. Get tickets from this guy, any other fighter on the card, or of course, stubwire.com.
There ain't no other fighters on the card, just me.
That's right. We'll see you guys then.